What's good, y'all? It's Taj Rockitt, okay? Mr. Highly Motivated, baby. Here to get you motivated, baby. And we out here just beneath the Pacific Beach Pier, right in front of the ocean here in San Diego, California. And we here for Motivated Mondays, episode number 16. And I'm about to help you get clean emotionally, mentally, and financially, baby. I'm talking about that money. Now, what we talking about today? Don't jump the gun. Now, I don't want you to jump the gun in both entry and exit of your life. Now, what I'm talking about right now in regards to don't jump the gun, or the reason why this whole video has spurred and occurred, is because what I recently endured with my previous employer. Now, these last couple months, guess what? I've gotten one check in the last 4 pay periods. Not okay. People need to deliver on their promises, especially if that promise includes your rent and other bills. Now, when I say don't jump the gun, I'm speaking specifically on my ex-employer, which was a small business ran by a couple, a husband and a wife. Now, with these two people, they are great as individuals and just as people within society. Now, where that relationship and basically that okayness ends is when business comes into play. Now, people can be great on their own as a person, but a lot of times we need to be real with ourselves in regards to business. These two people, this couple, they jumped the gun in starting a business and then hiring employees. Because at the end of the day, they only paid us for 1 2-week period when there was 3 more 2-week periods to follow that they had no plan for. So guess what they did? Jumped the gun. They started a business. They hadn't proven that the model and the location of that business would work and thrive and help people eat and pay their bills. But they gave people false promises that everything would work out, that they would have the finances, that they would bring the money in, that they would bring the heads, that they would get the marketing. But there was no marketing done. None. Not at all. All the money was put in the facility, and they expected us to do everything else for them, even though we were not being compensated for it. So they jumped the gun in regards to starting the business, hiring people, and then they ran out of money. Now, this whole scenario that I've been through in regards to not being able to pay my rent, having to find other income streams, which I did mention in one of my previous Motivated Mondays, which I really want you to watch. But I became too reliant on the one income stream, which put me into a frantic panic and frenzy in regards to paying my bills and taking care of business. Now, I want you to learn from my mistake. I put trust into people that had no proof in the pudding. All right? You need to have proof in the product and proof in the pudding. They have yet to prove that they can create money. They have yet to prove that they can populate clients. They have yet to prove that that facility was going to be a well-oiled machine. But I came in, I was blown away by the way it looked, the location, basically the promises. I built up this idea of something and I put it on a pedestal. But when the money didn't come, that pedestal got yanked from under me and I dropped to the floor. Now, with jumping the gun, I jumped the gun. Not just them on the business, I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun on leaving my last job to join their company, right? I jumped the gun in regards to believing these people and the promises that they provided. Because I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy, I'm so blessed, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed with this opportunity. But the reality of the opportunity, the packaging was good. It looked good on the outside, the cover looked good. But if you opened up their magazine, there was no content. There was no content. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't jump the gun. If you're an employer, if you're creating a business, don't release that business into the ecosystem of the world in regards to finances if it is not ready. As an employer, do not join a company that has yet to prove their value, their worth, their productivity. Do not do that to yourself, because at the end of the day, if they go bankrupt, they don't gotta pay me. That's real. If they go to court, if I go to court and they don't have money, guess what? I don't have money. That's the end result. So there's nothing I can do. At this point, I still haven't received my money. It's been over a month and a half, coming on to 2 months. Almost $2,000 I am owed, and I still have yet to see that money. Don't jump the gun. Don't go through what I've been going through, all right? Also, if I was to go down to the court system and file paperwork, I have to pay money just to fight and then potentially see my money. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So go to a reputable situation. Ask them, can I see your credentials? What have you produced in the last year? Like, you have to start asking these questions, because at the end of the day, nobody owes you anything. Anybody can tell you anything. I can lie to you to your face right now. Yeah, it looks great. If it looks good, if the building, if the facility, if the location, if the vibe looks good, I can attract you. I can pull you in, get you to sign some documents and send you on your way. But in 3 months, 2 months later, if you don't have money, what are you gonna do? That's what I'm trying to say. So don't jump the gun on commitment. Don't jump the gun on overextending yourself and giving people false promises. Because what you gotta realize, especially if you're an employer, you hold some people's lives in your hand. And the blatant disregard that this couple has shown for a lot of people with the lack of communication and the continual email saying, it'll be this day, no, it'll be this day, oh, it'll be this day. Keep it real. Don't contact me unless you are 100% sure that you have a check for me. And that is real. So don't jump the gun. Now, on the reverse side of the spectrum, now I'm just giving you, that's what I've been going through. Gotta get that out, right? But on the reverse side of the spectrum, don't jump the gun on leaving a job. Now, I have had, in this very exhausting, treacherous, financially exhausting situation, I have had some very amazing opportunities populate. My last employer that I was at, 2 old managers, I left that job properly and they had nothing but positive, encouraging, motivating, and connecting conversations and comments about me. Now, one of my old managers just hooked me up with a company that puts me out into corporations, including Intel and Pfizer, while I'll be doing corporate wellness, going into companies and training their employees, which will then create more contacts and more income streams and more connections, right? But that one connection has already populated so many connections. Now that I have this breakaway from this negative situation, guess what? This person has helped create something, a whole new world that I didn't even know was there. And thank God I didn't quit without a 2-week notice and that I didn't do my job, right? I did my job every day to the nth degree and I went as hard as possible, right? So that connection was so happy to refer me when he thought about a position that I would fill. Then my other manager, I just got hired downtown at one of the most luxurious and expensive fitness facilities in the middle of downtown San Diego. And I am so excited because these opportunities, I probably wouldn't even have said yes unless if this last job forgot to pay me or just neglected to pay me, right? So since they neglected on the checks that I did not collect, now I am in a better position financially for my future and for everything that I am chasing. So when you look at it in that way, you realize that your curses become your greatest blessings and that your connections will help you with collections. You know what I'm saying? So connect to collect and neglect those or leave those alone that cannot prove and provide proper information. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun on accepting a job. Don't jump the gun on trying to hire somebody if you don't have the money or the proof in the pudding. Don't jump the gun on leaving a job. I know a lot of times we go through the, hey, I'm done, I'm quitting. It's an at-will employer. I don't even care. They can fire me whenever I want or whenever they want, so I'm gonna quit whenever I want. Don't do it because you never know who's watching. You never know who knows who. There's so many people out here that have hidden connections and they're just waiting for the right person to show that potential to make them look good, because at the end of the day, we're all doing something for ourselves, right? My connections that are hooking me up in these other places, they're using me to make themselves look good. That's real. They're like, I'm putting Taj out there because Taj gonna get it in. He's gonna motivate. He's gonna inspire. He's gonna correct form. He's gonna help push people to the next level, and that makes me look good. So yeah, I'm gonna throw Taj in there. That's what I'm saying. So be the best version of you every day, and don't jump the gun. It ain't no fun when you jump in the gun, you know what I'm saying? So stay in your lane, be intelligent with your decisions, and don't rely on just one person to fix everything for you, whether that's paying all your bills. Make multiple income streams. I cannot reiterate that enough. Make sure you are taking care of business and ask for documentation, straight up. Prove to me that this business will thrive. If you're feeling uneasy about it, take it from me. They don't have to pay you. They don't. They don't have to pay you. There are loopholes that these people will go through to make sure you don't collect a check. So take care of you, take care of yours, and don't jump the gun. But get it done and keep having some fun. And don't ever forget that it is your life. You make the decisions. Nobody else runs your life for you but you. It is on you. You know what I'm saying, baby? But once again, this is Taj Rockitt, okay? Mr. Highly Motivated, just underneath the Pacific Beach Pier, trying to have a good year. And I want you Never jump the gun. Always have fun. Get it in. It's Motivated Mondays, episode number 16. Get out there and do your thing. I'll see you right away.